In this session, I am going to take up for discussion a very important topic in the name of PESA, that is Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas Act of 1996. On this PESA, that is Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas Act 1996, they have asked questions both in the prelims as well as in the main exam, and you should have complete conceptual clarity about this very important law which was passed by Parliament in the year 1996 for extension of 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act to Schedule 5 areas with some modification in which we have given overwhelming powers to Gram Sabha. So you will be required to understand the key component of this act, PESA, Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas Act 1996. I would just like you all to remember that this is a law enacted by Parliament, and through this law we have extended the provisions of 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act to Schedule 5 areas, and we have extended the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, or you can say Part 9 of Indian Constitution, Part 11 of Indian Constitution, to Schedule 5 areas with modification. And what modification? We have given Gram Sabha more power in comparison with the Gram Sabha which has powers outside Schedule 5 areas. So this is what you need to understand. I would just like you all to remember this, that this act is of this Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas Act is of 1996, and it is popular in the name of PESA. I would just like you all to remember that this act or this historic legislation by Parliament in 1996 has extended 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act to Schedule 5 areas, with modification, and what modification? We have given more powers to Gram Sabha, more powers. And why we have given Gram Sabha more powers? So that we can preserve and protect social and cultural fabric. So these areas which falls within the ambit of 5th schedule, they have unique social and cultural fabric, because in these areas you will find the predominance of tribal population, you will find compactness, you will find underdevelopment in these areas, you will also find that there are disparities. Okay, so because of tribal population predominance, there is unique social and cultural fabric, and we have to preserve that unique social and cultural fabric. For that, we have given Gram Sabha more powers. This is the reason why the Parliament thought that let us enact a law. Through that law, we will extend the Panchayati Raj system in Schedule 5 areas, but we will extend the Panchayati Raj system in Schedule 5 areas with modification, and the modification will be that more powers with Gram Sabha. And why more powers? So that the unique culture, the unique social fabric of those regions can be preserved, can be protected. Friends, what I would just like you all to remember about PESA, first thing you need to remember on factual note, that as far as this fifth schedule of Indian Constitution is concerned, fifth schedule, right, of Indian Constitution. You might have studied about this, right? If not, at this stage of discussion, you should only remember that it relates with administration, and control of schedule areas, and scheduled tribes. So fifth schedule of Indian Constitution contains provisions which are related with administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes. What I would just like you all to remember, even though it's not mentioned in the Constitution, but over a period of time, what has evolved, if you see the criteria for declaring scheduled areas under fifth schedule of Indian Constitution, okay, the criteria, if you see, criteria for declaring scheduled areas, even though it's not explicitly mentioned within the Constitution, but the way things have evolved in India, on that basis what we can say, and these are now well established criteria, that primarily we declare Schedule 5 areas on the basis of preponderance of tribal population. Preponderance of tribal population. This is one criteria. Second is marked disparity in economic standard of people, okay, underdeveloped nature of area, okay. Then you can also say compactness as far as tribal population is concerned, compactness, and reasonable size should be there. Reasonable size of the area should be there. Then we can declare that area as fifth scheduled areas. Okay, so what I want you all to remember, that see, the areas where we have preponderance of tribal population, in such areas we have to plan development which is in harmony with tribal culture, which is in harmony with social fabric, because tribes in India, they have very unique culture, very distinct identity, and they are very, very particular about preserving the uniqueness in their culture and distinctiveness of the identity which they hold. And therefore, our approach towards development in tribal belt should be completely different, and this is the reason why there is a specific schedule in Indian Constitution, that is Schedule 5, right? That is Schedule 5, and within Schedule 5, okay, we have in detail given provisions as far as administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes are concerned. You will find under the provisions of, right, under the provisions of 5th schedule, there is a provision that in these areas we will constitute tribes advisory council, TAC can be constituted. On factual note, I would just like you all to remember few things, that, right, that in the in the 5th schedule areas, if you see 5th schedule areas as per the Constitution of India, right now you will find 5th schedule areas in 10 Indian states. So these scheduled areas are, right, these scheduled areas are in Andhra Pradesh, okay, then Telangana, then these scheduled areas you will find in Chhattisgarh. 5th schedule areas you will find in the state of Chhattisgarh, then you will find in the state of Gujarat, then you will find it in the state of Himachal Pradesh, okay, Himachal Pradesh, then you will find it in the state of Jharkhand, in the state of Madhya Pradesh, okay, in the state of Madhya Pradesh, then Maharashtra, in the state of Maharashtra, then in the state of Odisha, then in the state of Rajasthan. Okay. So 10 states are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So 5th schedule areas in India you will find in 10 states, okay, which falls within the ambit, and there is a very exclusive and explicit mention in the 5th schedule of Indian Constitution that the areas in the state of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram cannot be declared as 5th schedule areas. For separate region you will study about that later on. I just want you all to remember that we enacted this historic law, Parliament enacted this historic law in 1996, okay, and why we enacted this historic law? For extension of 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act to Schedule 5 areas in India. These Schedule 5 areas are in 10 Indian states, okay, I have given you the name, and in these areas we have preponderance of tribal population, and there is a marked disparity in economic standard of the people, and this is the reason why we thought that we should have some mechanism to accelerate the pace of development, but at the same time we should preserve and we should protect the social and the cultural fabric in these regions. So we extended 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act through PESA, but we have given overwhelming powers to Gram Sabha. So I would just like you all to remember that under PESA, Panchayat Extension to Schedule Area Act of 1996, okay, first thing what we have done, 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act extended to Schedule 5 areas, and these Schedule 5 areas are in 10 states. I have already given you the name. Second important thing what you should remember, that as per PESA we have given Gram Sabha, right, we have given Gram Sabha overwhelming powers, more powers. Rather, I would say that we have made Gram Sabha, competent, okay, to safeguard, and preserve, protect, whatever word you may say, preserve the traditions, the customs, okay, the culture, okay, the identity of people, community resources, right, as well as customary mode of dispute resolution, You will find in the tribal culture, they have different customary mode of dispute resolution. You will find that, elderly people from the community will sit at particular public place and will take up for, the disputes which are arising within the community, between individuals, between families, and then they will pass on the verdict, and whatever they say is binding on both parties. And they have a very fair way of dispute resolution. So what exactly we have done with PESA? We said 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act will be extended to Schedule 5 areas with modification. And if you can recapitulate that, while talking about 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, I told you that Gram Sabha, which consists of all the enrolled voters of the village, is the foundation stone of Panchayati Raj institution. But what powers will be given to Gram Sabha is voluntary. States have to decide. But Parliament said that as far as 5th schedule areas are concerned, Gram Sabha will have extended power, overwhelming power. And the powers of Gram Sabha will be primarily to safeguard, protect and preserve the local tradition, the tribal customs, the tribal culture, their unique identity, their control over community resources, and even to protect their customary mode of dispute resolution. So this is what is PESA. Now, I would just like you all to remember that if we see the provisions of PESA, that is Panchayat extension to scheduled areas, then what kind of powers we have given to Gram Sabha, right? So, powers available with Gram Sabha under PESA, Panchayat Extension to Schedule Areas Act 1996. Now, if you see this, if you see these powers which we have given to Gram Sabha, you just see what kind of powers we have given. The most important power is to approve, right? To approve development plans. So whatever developmental plans are prepared by the state government or by the central government can only be enforced or implemented in Schedule 5 areas where we have PESA, when it will be approved by the Gram Sabha. Okay, so all the elected voters who are enrolled in the voter list will sit together and will decide whether this developmental program should be implemented in the village or not. So we have given the power to approve developmental plans to Gram Sabha. Not only that, right, not only that, we have given control, right, we have given control as far as mineral lease is concerned. So I hope you all are aware that tribal belt of India at many places overlaps with mineral belt. Chotanagpur Plateau, for example, that is the mineral heartland of India, but that's a very important tribal belt of India as well. Okay, so in the mineral belt, what we are finding? That you will find mining of minerals by companies, corporates, or even government agencies, government organizations. So what we have done, that we have said that as far as mineral lease is concerned, there will be control in the hands of Gram Sabha. So within the territorial boundary of a village, to what extent mining will take place, a lot of power we have given under PESA to Gram Sabha. So control over mineral leases. Not only that, right, ownership we have given, ownership over minor forest produce. Okay, so who will own the minor forest produce in the Schedule 5 areas? The Gram Sabha will be the owner of minor forest produce, because tribal belts are also the forested belt of India. Okay, and whatever is the minor forest produce is owned by Gram Sabha. Ownership rights we have given to Gram Sabha. Not only that, right, not only that, management of water bodies, minor water bodies, management of minor water bodies. So if there is a lake, if there is a pond, if there is wells, okay, so such type of, if there is, you know, some minor small water bodies, that management will be again in the hands of Gram Sabha. Not only that, right, not only that, okay, but we have also given a lot of power. You just see, regulate sale of intoxicants, consumption, sale, possession, sale of intoxicants or alcohol, you can say, or alcoholic beverages. One of the big problem what we are finding, right, that too much alcohol and similar intoxicants are consumed by people in Schedule 5 areas, and most of the time they are saying that it's a part of their tradition, it's a part of their culture. So if we want to regulate, if the regulation is from outside, they will react. But if the regulation is from within, they will respect. So this is the reason why we have given more powers to Gram Sabha as far as sale of intoxicants is concerned. Okay, not only that, right, we have also given regulatory powers, regulate money lending activities, regulate money lending activities. We have given overwhelming power to Gram Sabha. They will take a decision that whether there can be money lending by private money lenders or not. And if it will be there, then what all will be the nature of regulation. Okay, then, right, then we have also, right, we have also given very important power, selection of beneficiaries. selection of beneficiaries under various programs, schemes, various programs. So whatever welfare programs, poverty alleviation programs, employment generation programs, developmental programs, welfare programs, then who all will be the targeted beneficiary? That selection we have vested in the hands of Gram Sabha under PESA. And the intention is very genuine that Gram Sabha should be playing decisive role, influential role in preserving, protecting the customs, the tradition, the identity, the community resources and customary mode of dispute resolutions. And friends, I would just like you all to remember this. I wish that we should have done this in even areas which are outside 5th schedule, because only when we will make Gram Sabha empowered, then the dream of father of nation Mahatma Gandhi, Gram Swaraj, what is good for the village should be decided by villagers in a collective manner through consensus, and they should sit together, they should discuss. This will promote cohesiveness, social cohesiveness. What we are finding, that villages in India, they are getting, divided, they are getting bifurcated, compartmentalized in the name of caste, creed, language, dialect, religion, race and what not. Okay, so what I feel that what actually we have done in Schedule 5 areas through PESA ideally should be in other areas as well, then only the dream of Gram Swaraj is what will come true. And through this process, we can bring harmony in development and culture. We will bring harmony in, development and environment, and we can make our democracy more vibrant, more lively, more meaningful, more successful. This is what is missing. But even in the, if you ask me, even in the 5th schedule areas, we have attempted empowering Gram Sabha through provisions in the law, but how that will be enforced, that mechanism is not very well spelled out, very well explicit, and this is the reason why that the kind of role which Gram Sabha should play in Schedule 5 areas under the provisions of PESA is not happening. But this country has not forgotten what happened in Odisha. In Niyamgiri Hills, friends, I am just telling you one story. In Niyamgiri Hills of Odisha, we have, Dongaria Kondh tribes. And in Niyamgiri Hills, we have vast estimated reserves of bauxite. And you might have heard about one company, Vedanta, which is one of the, biggest mining company of India, particularly when it comes to aluminium, copper. So, Vedanta was given mining rights in Niyamgiri Hills region, but Dongaria Kondh tribes, they were opposing because they felt the way the Vedanta was planning mining, that will destroy and damage their tradition, their culture, their existence, their identity. So they used the power which was with Gram Sabha and they challenged that rights, license which was given to them to mine bauxite in Niamgiri Hills. And finally, Supreme Court verdict in favor of them. And then world media covered that how much powerful can be Gram Sabha, which can fight against big corporate houses, but such examples are few. We need to create a supportive ecosystem so that the powers which we have given to Gram Sabha under PESA can be used effectively. And if that happens, then definitely we can preserve the culture, and at the same time, even in the tribal belts of India, in the remote part of India, we can accelerate the pace of development. So PESA is a very important law related with panchayats. And only thing you need to remember that through PESA, Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas Act of 1996, we have extended 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992 to schedule 5 areas under Indian Constitution with modification, and that modification is by extending the role and powers and authority of Gram Sabha, and that expansion in the role and more powers with Gram Sabha is with the intention to preserve and protect the social and the cultural fabric in these areas. So this is all about PESA 1996.